Hey guys, Lexirosa here. First of all, I want to do a couple disclaimers. One, I run my own small business, but I am not a financial expert. But what I am is somebody who has done a ton of research, someone who spent a ton of hours talking to banks. My mom works in banking. I have friends that are very financial literate. And I have been going through hours and hours and multiple articles of processing how to do these different, how to take advantage of these different loan opportunities. And I don't even like the word take advantage, but we as business owners, how do you walk through this process of this money that we have access to? So I want to talk about 3 different ways. I'm going to screen share so that you can see what I am looking at. Okay. So first of all, let's make this full screen. Taking a look at this, there's a couple of different options for us. So there's unemployment, there's the PPP, Paycheck Protection Program, and then there's an SBA Disaster Assistance Fund. So those are 3 different ways. So we'll start with the Paycheck Protection Program. The Paycheck Protection Program is for anybody who has employees under them. It's interesting. I try to file it. I have like 1099 people under me, and I have to be honest, I don't think I'm getting anywhere with that. But I know people who work for employers and they have gotten approved for that. The details that involve that include that pretty much you can apply through your lender or you can apply. So what it means you can apply through your lender is you're going to go to your bank. So I did mine through Chase. If you want to see what lenders are available, you can search through the SBA website and look up who can be different lenders for you. But so I did mine through Chase. It was a pain, guys. I called the bankers. They didn't really know where to look. It was messy. I'm not going to lie. I did multiple calls, multiple hours, multiple frustrations. I almost fired my bank. Not going to lie. Now, okay, so you fill out the paperwork. This has to be filled out before June 30th. So make sure you're filling that out. Who can apply? So small business owners, nonprofits, anybody who has 500 employees or less. You can have more of them or less of them. Really, 500 employees or that meets SBA standard if more than 500. The loan will be fully forgiven if the funds are used for payroll costs, interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. Here is what's so cool. Loan payments will also be deferred for 6 months. The loan has a maturity of 2 years and has an interest rate of 1%. During this time, I was super frustrated because I was like, well, what happens if you don't have a full building? You can look into what your utility costs and other costs that it takes to just run your business as payroll. So that's one way to do it. So go through your financial, whoever you're using. So your lender, so if that's your bank, so if that's Chase, if that's a credit union, MSU, FCU, and then see if they have their PPP. It's a payment protection program. So that's one. Awesome. The next one is the disaster assistance program. Super thankful for this one, SBA disaster loan. Really simple. You go through the SBA website, click here, and then you just start going through an application process. If you're an applicant who has less than 500 people, if you are a sole proprietorship, if you have a 1099, if you're an independent contractor, you click through here, right? I don't know. It's going to ask you all these questions. You're going to click through it. So like, no, I'm not doing anything illegal. So you can't do this if you run an illegal activity. You're going to put your business name and just fill everything out. Like they say, information you need to know. Know how much money you did last year. If you filed your taxes last year, you are so lucky because all that money's there and you can take a look at it. If you didn't, then you're going to be like me and have to go through your invoicing and go through kind of what your finances is. So what is the amount of revenue you brought in? And then what is the amount of money that you spent out? And then you just give all that information. Of all the applications, this one was the easiest for me, for my opinion. Just make sure you have some documentations. So I just did that one today. So that means if you got, like, for example, I freelance with Comcast. If I got a 1099 from Comcast, it shows how much money I made. I scan that and I added that as a potential document to show proof of the amount of money that I made from 1099s. Another option, though, if you filed your taxes, you can just put your taxes paperwork or proof of your taxes, what the final was. And that shows the proof of why you're requesting for a certain amount of loan. I believe, don't quote me, I should have done more research. I just kind of did this on the fly. It's about like $10,000 of funds, I believe. So yeah, so we just talked about two things: the PPP loan. We talked about the SBA disaster assistance. Now, unemployment. This is through Michigan.gov or the Michigan Department, whatever state you are in. I made the mistake of trying to file for unemployment earlier and I got denied, and I was getting frustrated because my friends with like jobs, and I work part-time as a server too, but my friends who, let's just say they work at a clinic and they got let go, or they work at a hotel and got let go, they were able to get their unemployment, or worked at a gym. As a business owner, somebody who most of my income came from independent contracting as 1099s, this was not as easy. So I finally finished this today. Oh no, I wanted to show you. Okay. Haha. So it's right here. So I clicked through, I went through all of this, the application. So you have to create a login or login. There is an application, you put in like what your job was, similar information in all three of them. What was your income coming in for the year, about how much you use in expenses, things like that. Okay. You go through answering a lot of questions like, do you have COVID? Does someone you have COVID? Are you the main provider for your home? Or I think this one's like, if your job's hours were cut, it asks you to put in what your employment is, all these things. Then this next one is your income. Back to what I said, have your 1099s ready from the previous year. Have your pay stubs. What I forgot to mention. Starting today, so why am I making this video today? Starting today, 1099 independent contractors can officially file for this paperwork. We can officially file for unemployment. So if you didn't get approved, I'm in that category as a W-2 employee, because you really don't, I don't really work for anybody W-2. So if I didn't get approved as a W-2 employee, and I didn't get approved as for unemployment in other form or fashion, but I am a 1099 contractor, starting today, we can file for unemployment. So that's why I'm doing this video. This is the labor and economic opportunity. So like the unemployment website, www.michigan.gov. So unemployment. You get to click sole proprietorship or 1099 contractor or whatever it is, but you're going to need some proof of so if you look at this, it's like, here's my 1099, proof of income from other clients that you had. And so just making sure that you have that. At the end, it'll have you kind of review all your information. And once you review all of your information, I'm going to stop screen sharing. Once you review all your information, you send all that out. Tips: stay calm, drink a drink you like. I'm drinking chai tea. I had to get it halfway through. Do your best to try not to close out of windows. Designate a couple hours to do these tasks. I'm just going to show you. I have scattered papers all over my floor. Get all the paperwork that you need, lay it out as if you're going to file your taxes. And if you haven't filed your taxes, once you do this process, you're kind of all set to file your taxes, because you should have some of your expenses set up. Of those three loans, which one was the hardest? The payment protection program. They asked a lot of very specific questions about how you pay employers. And they want a lot of proof of it. That's it. So if you have any questions, I hope that's helpful. So there's three types of loans: us 1099 employees / LLCs / marketing people / videographer people. We can do the payment protection program if you have people that you pay. You can do the SBA disaster assistance loan. They're trying to help everybody out. Or you can file for unemployment officially starting today. Hope that helps. I know, super basic, but continue to research on your own. But I really do hope that's helpful. Toodles.